Hey everyone, with the Suisun Harbor Crit out in California. This is my second race out here now. I still haven't gotten to meet NorCal cyclists, so a little disappointed about that. Maybe the next one. This one is a four corner crit, not in an office park like the last one, which is pretty cool. These corners were not super technical. You could pedal through all of them. This one had these fun little cones on the outside that, like, every single lap, people acted like they forgot they were there. Like, they were surprised that there was cones, even though they were there every single lap. It was probably the biggest hazard on the course. The pavement was very rough all the way around, but it was pretty easy to not, like, get caught riding in the worst of it. There was a few big teams here, so I thought something might roll. I think that's what's happening here. Like, I saw that Mike's guy kind of just like watching that go, and I was like, oh, I need to get up there. So busted a move to get up there. That was kind of my plan for most of the race, is I wanted to cover moves that had all of the teams, and then that didn't work out, I would be ready to sprint at the end because it had a little bit. I mean, the corners were not that technical, but the group was acting like they were technical. So I think that's my favorite kind of run in. So I was into that, even though you could pedal through those last two corners. So I think I send one here. Oh yeah, sending it. I really enjoy racing at sea level now. I gotta say, my legs feel a lot snappier racing at sea level compared to racing in Denver. I feel like I maybe just never adjusted to the altitude that well. Like, I think my body prefers sea level a lot more. Like, watts are much higher all the time, and like I have so much more snap in races. Like, getting out of the saddle for accelerations is not a big deal like it is in Colorado. So I'm very much enjoying racing down here. So here's a clear view of the course. That was the harbor was to the on our left side now. So we're pretty close to that water, but it is still very hot. This is like further inland from the bay, so I think it was like 100 degrees that day. I had, the full ice sock going, froze my bottles beforehand so they were solid at the start of the race because it was just so unbearable. So skipped ahead to the last 4 or 5 minutes of the race. I think there's probably 4 or 5 laps to go because these laps are about a minute apiece, which I hadn't really been paying attention to during the race, and I should have been. When they started showing us lap cards at like 10 to go, I was like, oh, I've got plenty of time, but I should have had a bigger sense of urgency sooner. Because now here I am in the last 5 to go, and I'm like really far back, but I'm still feeling like I can make up spots. It wasn't super hard to move up on this course throughout the day. A lot of people would brake really hard into this corner, so you see I just like rode right back up to the wheel there, and then a lot of people were not pedaling through this corner, so it was pretty easy to carry speed out of it. Those two corners especially were good spots to move up, I found. So, and then oftentimes on this start finish straight, it would bunch up going into quarter one, and you could get a couple easy spots. Yeah, a little bunchy there. And then this corner, people acting surprised about those cones that were there all race. So I got a few spots out of that bunching. Now we're looking a little bit better. I think for this sprint, it's one that you could lead through the last two corners. I don't think you want to be very far back for it. Like, that finishing stretch is not that long. So if you are sitting really far back, by really far, I mean like outside of the top three, I think it probably wasn't going to happen for you. I think the guy who won went pretty early, like into the like on the back stretch he went. which I think that side had a slight tailwind too, which is helpful. So I think this is 2 to go. I was feeling better than I was a couple laps ago. It seems like there's a lot less people in front of me now, even though I think in reality it's only maybe like 5 less. I'm still too far back. Um, and I need to do a better job of this. I've realizing after the race, oftentimes when I'll attack in crits and I get brought back by the group, I'm very complacent with just going to the back of the pack. Oh yeah, this was, so that guy on the inside of me, I thought his bike was making a whole lot of noise when he came in. I didn't know if he clipped his pedal or was like just going way too deep. So I like braked because I thought he was going to go like flying into the grass in front of me. And he ended up not falling, but touching my brakes, I just lost like 4 spots there. But it was okay because the group bunched up right here pretty big, and I was able to get spots back. So we're on 1 lap to go now. I would rather be up near like 5th place was where I wanted to be in my head, but I was just like too complacent with 10 laps to go, and these laps were so short that I needed to start making an effort to be in the front there sooner, but I didn't. So here we are fighting for 10th place again, my favorite spot. I think this was also when I started to like not feel good with the heat. But luckily we're almost done. Took that corner pretty good. And then this guy in front of me is gonna clip a pedal. Yep, right there. Skirt, skirt. And then we do our little sprint for 12th place, I think. Which is fine, but looking to do better than that. I felt very confident on this course, so I feel like I could have done better. You can probably hear some of those lovely coughs in the background. I was feeling great at this point. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Bye.